Thank you for staying with us. It's still Sports Tonight this midweek. Before we update you with results from EPL games currently going on, let's touch up on a few things very quickly. Tunde, let's start with the beach soccer tournament, Copa Lagos, starting in a couple of days from now. Not encouraging at all. Not encouraging at all that the Super Sand Eagles are yet to get to camp for the tournament that is starting a couple of days from now. No funds from the NFF. That's what we hear.
A very close friend of mine had actually told me this like a week before. I refused to believe it. I thought it was absolute hogwash. But we've confirmed from credible sources that this is actually the case. That even the coach is not even sure when the team will be called to camp. The players themselves that have been supposedly called up on the pages of newspapers have not been told when to report to camp. And I'm surprised. But the NFA, the argument will be that, look, we are cash-strapped. We've always said this. It is not a hidden secret that we are struggling for funds. But I'm still thinking that at least every decent organization should have plans for every tournament that they have, I mean, in a calendar year. And they also have sponsors who can, if you can delegate a sponsor, okay, please, just sponsor our participation to this particular tournament. And the beach soccer tournament is holding in Lagos, for Christ's sake. There are no travel costs involved. There are no extra codes for involved as well. It is holding in Lagos, Victoria Island. How can it be so hard
to get a team together?
To get a team together for a tournament we are virtually hosting. So that for me is the particularly surprising or particularly bewildering part of the entire thing, that a tournament we are hosting in Nigeria at our doorstep, we cannot manage to scratch up a team that will represent us.
Oh yeah, worrying.
Yeah, quite unbelievable to him. But with the NFF, anything is possible. Like Tunde said, this. I mean, taking care of these guys is not going to be expensive. We can imagine how much they will get as winning bonuses. How are they now saying that they cannot fill the bill of getting these players? The tournament starts next week. And for goodness sake, when are they going to be in camp?
When are they going to train together?
When are they going to train together? And the season has ended. Some of these guys are not playing regular football because they play for Premier League clubs. So it means that they are going to be match rusty, they are going to be unfit, and perhaps we'll just pray that they don't get beaten black and blue.
All right. We've never lost a game at the Copa Lagos. Let's see if our preparation or lack of it would have an impact on all of that when the tournament gets underway in the next couple of days. But let's go to Abuja very quickly. Something big is happening in Abuja starting on Friday. We're talking about the National Youth Games. We had a sports minister on Sports Tonight last Friday, and he was saying something about the National Youth Games, the first of its kind. Over 4,000 young men will be converged on Abuja for the inaugural edition, and women for the inaugural edition of the National Youth Games. And this is what is meant to really drive sports development in Nigeria today.
I mean, we can't stop talking about the fact that these are the kind of things that we're expected to put in place if we want to have sustainable development in Nigerian sports. And going by what we've seen in Ilorin, where some of our young school kids put some particularly brilliant performances, then this coming very quickly on the heels of it is also particularly heartwarming. Then going by what the sports minister also said about having recruited a performance director and also a technical director for the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, and then hopefully the other federations themselves will also come up with plans and ensure that athletes that are discovered in this particular tournament also enter a program that we can channel their development and ensure that we can try development and ensure that these will be athletes that will be representing us properly in the future. It is particularly worrying. We said this on the program yesterday when the likes of Monday Meronton, Kazim Turiola, Funke Osonake have been representing us for how long? Segun Turiola has been to how many Olympics? It's shocking. It's not because he wants to go. It's because that the feeder program for those who come up behind him is non-existent. So that for me is particularly heartwarming. The fact that we can now have proper development, we now have the how do I put it, the structures in place to feed this or to guide this development. Because the sports minister also mentioned the fact that we are going to set up a performance high performance center in Abuja as well. So all these things are just proper, excellent, well thought out steps on the road to proper sports development, and that for me is really, really heartwarming.
And what the minister said as well, that I think we should also highlight as we look forward to the National Youth Games, is that this is the first edition. It's not going to be a perfect experience. There will be hitches, there will be problems, there will be teething issues, teething problems along the way, but then we should keep our eyes on the big picture, what the National Youth Games will be able to achieve. All right, so we will try to do our best as well from this end to see what quality is brought to the National Youth Games. So we will try to get you pictures of what goes down in Abuja, so that you will also appreciate as well if we're moving in the right direction or not. All right, so that's it. Starting on Friday in Abuja, let's see how much of an impact the National Youth Games will be having on Nigerian sports. Let's move away from the National Youth Games in Abuja starting on Friday and talk about the African Masters Athletics Championship from the 7th of